Have your feet ever felt like they're buzzing or like they're full of tiny pins and needles? It's such a strange feeling, and honestly, it can be a little worrying. So today we're going to get to the bottom of what causes that tingling and, more importantly, what you can do about it.
You know the feeling, right? That classic pins and needles sensation, or when your foot falls asleep and it feels all fuzzy trying to wake it back up. It's super common, but it can make you wonder what is going on down there. Well, let's figure that out together. So, what is that tingle really? Well, think of your nerves like little wires sending messages between your feet and your brain. Tingling is basically static on the line. The message gets all scrambled, and your brain just interprets that jumbled signal as pins and needles. It's your body's way of saying a nerve is being squished or isn't getting what it needs. Okay, to solve this little mystery, we've got a roadmap. First, we're going to look at the usual suspects, the most common causes. Then, we'll learn how to decode what the different sensations might mean. We'll also cover the really important part, when to call a doctor. And finally, we'll get into some practical steps you can take to find relief. All right, time to put on our detective hats. Our first mission is to investigate the most common culprits, or the usual suspects, behind that tingling in your feet. Suspect number 1 is poor circulation. Imagine a garden hose with a kink in it. The water can't get through properly. It's kind of the same with your blood flow. Your nerves need a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood to be happy. If not enough is reaching your feet, maybe because you've been sitting for a while, the nerves start to, well, complain by sending those tingly signals. Next up, we have a pinched nerve, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A nerve is getting squeezed somewhere along the line. This could be something simple, like your shoes are just too tight, but, it can also start way up in your lower back. A condition like sciatica can pinch a nerve that sends those tingly feelings all the way down to your toes. Now, suspect number 3 is a really important one, high blood sugar. See, over time, having too much sugar in your bloodstream can actually damage the delicate little nerves in your feet. This is why tingling can sometimes be an early warning sign from your body, a little heads up that your blood sugar levels might be creeping up, which is something we often see with conditions like diabetes. Here's another possible culprit, a vitamin deficiency. Your nerves are hungry. They need certain vitamins to work properly, and a big one is vitamin B12. You can think of B12 as the protective coating around an electrical wire. If you don't have enough, that coating gets weak, and the nerve signals can get all mixed up, which you feel as, you guessed it, tingling. Okay, this last suspect might surprise you, but it's anxiety and stress. When we get really anxious, our breathing can change, and that alone can cause physical tingling. Plus, when you're stressed, you become super aware of every little thing happening in your body. A tiny sensation you'd normally not even notice can suddenly feel like a giant flashing red light. It's a really powerful mind-body connection. So, we've met the usual suspects. Now, let's get a little smarter about this. Let's move on to decoding the sensations themselves, because the type of tingling you're feeling can actually be a clue. Think of this as learning to understand what your feet are trying to tell you. If it's just pins and needles, that's often from temporary pressure, like sitting funny. But if you feel more of a burning, tingle, that's often a sign of neuropathy, which is really just a catch-all term from nerve damage. So paying attention to the details really matters. Now, in any good investigation, you gotta know when it's time to call for backup. Some tingling is no big deal, but sometimes it's a clear signal that you need to check in with a doctor. So when should you make that call? Well, you should definitely book an appointment if the tingling sticks around for more than a few days, or if you notice it's getting worse. Another big one is if it starts to spread up your legs. And for sure, if it's happening along with other things like back pain or weakness, that's your cue to get it checked out. Okay, now it is really important to pay close attention here. And I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm saying it to keep you safe. If you get tingling that comes on suddenly with weakness, confusion, or trouble speaking, or if it's only happening on one side of your body, you need to get medical help right away. It's always, always better to be safe. All right, let's switch from being detectives to being problem solvers. We've gathered the clues, now it's time to crack this case and talk about some simple, practical things you can do to find relief. Here are 4 easy things you can try right at home. Number 1, move more. Just wiggling your toes or pumping your ankles can get that blood flowing again. 2, loosen up. Are your shoes or socks too tight? Give your feet some room to breathe. 3, try a warm soak. A 15-minute warm bath can be incredibly calming for those irritated nerves. And 4, a gentle foot rub can do wonders to improve circulation. Now, for tingling that's a bit more stubborn, there's some pretty neat technology that can help.
It's called neuromuscular electrical stimulation, or NMES for short. It sounds really technical, but the idea is simple. It uses gentle electrical pulses to kind of retrain your nerves to send the right signals again, and it also helps boost blood flow right where you need it. And the really cool part is, this kind of medical grade technology, which used to be something you could only get in a physical therapy clinic, is now available in some simple at-home devices. The NeuroGo device, for instance, is a massager that uses this exact technology to help you manage your symptoms right from your living room. So if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. That tingling feeling isn't just a random annoyance, it's a message. Your body and your feet are trying to tell you something important. The best thing you can possibly do is to just listen. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Before you go, I need to share something important with you. Listen, I know you're exhausted, not just from the pain, but from the searching, the hoping, the disappointment. You just want your life back. We get that because we hear it every day from people just like you. Look, I know many of you are here because you're dealing with pain that just won't go away. And if you're one of the millions struggling with neuropathy, you know exactly what I mean. The burning that keeps you up at night, the tingling that makes every step uncertain, the frustration of trying cream after cream, pill after pill with nothing really working. And here's what most people don't understand. Neuropathy happens when the nerves in your feet get damaged. They can't send the right signals to your brain anymore. Those pain signals you're feeling, they're basically your nerves crying for help. The good news is simple. With the right stimulation, those nerves can actually start working right again. We've helped over 50,000 people get their nerves working again using this exact method. And that's why we created NeuroGo. Not just another device, but a complete support system with our Facebook community, diet program, exercise guides, free books, and real people who answer your questions. When other treatments have let you down, NeuroGo delivers the solution you've been searching for, so you can stop managing pain and start living again. You don't have to accept this pain as your new normal. Get 40% off yours today with a 90-day money-back guarantee. Click the link below. You have nothing to lose but the pain.